Grateful to do life with you, sister. I appreciate you. So, guys, like she said, my name is Pam Pacheco, and I am just grateful to be here. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome to our Thursday morning breakfast club call. Just to add some fire, some positivity, some fuel, some joy, some faith, some just positive fuel to your day, right? That's really what the essence of these calls are. And I remember tuning into these calls when I got started 6.5 years ago, and it just set the tone for my day. And that's all we're here to do is just set the tone for your day, add some fire, some fuel, some positivity. So I'm excited because today is not about me. Yes, it is definitely about we. We are about to be blessed by one of the very, 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 very best. I've been hearing about this young man way before I ever met him. And I was just hearing that him and his girlfriend were doing just incredible things. And I was just like, man, I got to know who this guy is. And when I heard his name, I was just like, is that like his nickname or something? Or is that like his real name? And they're like, no, that's his name. It's Rico Gunn. So, he's ready, always ready, right? Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. And most recently, he's had crazy accomplishments. And not only is he winning, I love to see leaders that help other leaders win, right? That help other leaders rise, that provide an environment to allow more people to be able to grow. And man, it ain't no fun if your friends can't get none, right? And he is just the epitome of when it comes to selflessness, of leadership, of getting it done, of massive, massive action. And I'm super grateful he's on here with us because he is an hour behind us. He is in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. So I'm just grateful that you're able to join us today because I know it took a lot of sacrifice, of effort, of your energy, of your day. And I just thank you for starting your day with us. But without further ado, it is my pleasure, honor, and privilege to introduce to you today, right, former college athlete turned entrepreneur, our newest marketing director, leader of leaders, bosses of bosses, Mr. Rico Gunn. Did you make the call? How you doing? How you doing?
What's up, Pam? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing? Great
Doing
morning.
well. How you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. So we're gonna kind of do this like a little Q&A style. Thank you again for joining us. So tell the world a little bit about you. Like, where were you when you saw World Ventures?
Okay, for sure. What's up, y'all? First off, I want to say thank y'all for having me. Pam, respect to you. I don't think you get, enough credit for what you do, on a daily, just a servant leadership that you have as well. I appreciate you for blazing the path for that. You're a true testament of what this company is all about, especially when it comes down to the leadership. And, I appreciate you. Again, what's up, y'all? My name is Rico Gunn. That is my real name. Okay, it's not my nickname, but I'm out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I saw this concept of it'll be 6 years next month. A good friend of mine hit me up, and she was super excited about something, and she put this in front of me. At the time, I just finished up playing basketball at a JUCO. Had an opportunity to go play on out of 4 years. Some stuff ended up happening family-wise, and ended up making a decision to stay home and to help out the family. And when I saw this maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks later. And I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Nothing's by chance, And when I saw this, it was an opportunity, And for me, I wasn't necessarily looking for something, but I needed something else. And when I saw this, I mean, it's traveling is money. I didn't grow up traveling, never been on vacation before. Before this concept, man, I never seen the ocean, never seen palm trees. Like, I did not travel whatsoever. And I just looked at it like this, It's like, if I could go and travel, that'd be dope, And I just said, why not? I've seen it from one of my best friends. I also got put in front of some people, man, that were making more money in a month than the people who I grew up with making in a year. So I was always open to, learning from other people who had what I wanted. And I know me, I know my work ethic, and this was an opportunity for me to go and really go and win at a very high level, not only for myself, but I could go and put everybody else on around me, give them that same exact opportunity. I know a lot of people don't have my type of work ethic, but, the best part about it is that I do have the work ethic and I can bring anybody with me as well, and it's been a journey, and I love it. I've been there for 6 years now, been able to travel all around the world with this. I just got back from Hawaii for my 26th birthday. I went from never traveling at all, never seeing the ocean to palm trees to being able to go to Hawaii. I've been to Paris, Belize, Cambodia, Thailand, Bali, Jamaica, Mexico, a few different times. And it's just like, life is different, man. I'm a 26-year-old. I'm making residual income, and it's just like where I am today versus where I was 6 years ago, man. It's crazy. But it all happened because I just gave myself a shot. I said, why not? And I just decided to go and get good at something I was worth getting good at. And I followed the leadership that we have. I just plugged in, and that's it. Stuff like this, man. Everybody on this call, man, y'all here for a reason. You don't wake up this early then plug into something like this for no reason. So y'all here, we here to win, and man, we've been having a whole lot of fun with this thing, but we just getting started for real. So yeah, that's when I seen this thing, man. So
Yes, 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 yes. And I just love your swag. You're like the cool, your last name is Gunn, so it's like you just always ready to take off, to go off, but it's just like a silent killer. It's like a savage gracefully, right? So I appreciate who you are, man. And your passion, it's just different, right? And you could tell because it transcends through your work ethic and your commitment and your dedication, and that is something that it's contagious. It's contagious because it shows throughout your organization. And I remember when this pandemic first started, and I would see you guys just going in, and I was like, just I can't say that I was I want to say that I was surprised, because I know like the conversations we've had, and I know like I just know the mission, right? But I was definitely surprised, and not surprised, I was definitely impressed during this season that so many people were making excuses during a global pandemic where there was so much uncertainty. And like we say all the time, and we hear, leaders are the ones that are able to bring certainty to an environment that isn't any. And the reason why I want to go back so that you can bring us to where we're at today is because I believe that the dots always connect when you look backwards, right? And, where were you as far as, like, what was your mindset when you came into this global pandemic? And the reason why I'm asking is because if you guys don't know, like, his lineage, and I'm sure everybody does know, right? Because you guys were all on the regional that we had 2 weeks ago. His lineage grew by thousands in this during this global pandemic, where a lot of people were just so consumed by their circumstances and so distraught by what was going on in the environment, while so many people were being controlled by things that they could not control. You chose differently, right? So I kind of want to just you to take us there, because I want to know, like, I want to get in your brain, in your heart, like, where were you at, like, mind wise? Like, what was your state like to cause that, not only a shift, but it was just like a next level in you, because you were already going hard, you were already making things happen, but during this pandemic you showed out at another level. Am I right? You showed up in another level. There was a different level in you that you tapped into. So I would love for you to just talk about that a little bit, Rico.
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna tell you like this, when this pandemic happened, there was a lot of people that was twiddling their fingers. I was as well in the beginning, because it was change. I think one thing that really allowed me to be ready for this is the experience that I've had and the journey that it took until that point. I've been involved with this for 6 years now. For me, when I got started with this, I got off to a fast start. I hit senior rep in 35 days, hit 60, 60, and 70 days. It took me then, I hit 60, 60, and 70 days. It took me 2 years to hit director. Okay. Then I was director for almost 4 years, basically, and it's just like, it's crazy. It's like everything happens for a reason. Your process is your process. Like, your journey is your journey. But I'm gonna tell you now, like, it could be going really, really fast for you right now. It can be going not as fast as you want it to. You're learning right now. Continue to do what you're doing right now. Because when the pandemic hit for myself, me, HV, a lot of you guys know HV, and David Helgeson as well. We really just, was all in each other's, we were calling each other constantly, like, what's going on? Like, what we about to go and do? What we about to go and do? And we just made a decision to just go crazy. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of being where I was. And I knew that this can go to a whole nother level. And I knew it was going to take a certain type of leadership. I knew it was going to take a certain type of decision in order for that to go and happen. And where I was, I mean, I'm just looking like, man, why not? Let's go. And a couple of days before, a lot of stuff started to really pop off. Me and my girl just sat down. I mean, we just went through our goals and we just went through the numbers, and we just made a conscious decision that, look, we're gonna go and get this thing done. We're gonna go and do this, and I feel like that's really where it started. As soon as I made a decision inside, and as soon as I started to say yes, we're going to do this, everything else just started just to make way, and I just went on a personal spree. And then, I just got a couple people, and, I got a couple people who started to say yes. And, it wasn't really the people who I signed up that made that really sparked everything. I feel like it was us. It was the leadership, because when people sign up, they don't know what to do. It's just like you having a baby. When you have a baby, like I got a little baby girl now, she just turned a month, just like she's like a month and a half now. And it's like, she doesn't know what's going on. You have to teach them. You have to lead by example. They see you walking, they see you talking, they see your facial expressions. They're learning from you. They see your mannerisms. They see everything that you're doing. They see everything. And it's like when all of this really started, it was us leading by example, to go and pop in personals, to go, okay, cool. If I get you started, now what? I want to help you go get your 4. But also on top of that, it's not about you getting your 4. It's also about building through. How many deep can I go and get through you? And it's just like, Eric Grisbowski has the audio, the law of 3 deep, take it to, he talks about, just every personal you pop, go 3 deep. And then he, I want to say recently, just, kind of amped it up a little bit. He said, go pop 10 personals. And until you get to 10 3 deep, you haven't done anything yet. Go get 30 personals and go 3 deep on each one. And then that's when you have 30 personals, but it's like the one thing that we've really been dialed in on is just helping everybody go get 1 or 2. Then everything else is going to happen, and it's just like, it's crazy. But everything that's going on right now, I feel like the journey that I've been on, the time that I've been putting in, I don't have a crazy fast story, and I think that's even better, because everybody on this call, you guys, there's a lot of people who's been in for months, for years, whatever it is, and it might not be going as fast as you want it to. But I'm telling you, keep digging. We built this thing brick by brick. Okay, every brick matters, and it's crazy, because everything that's going on, I knew I was going to be here. I just didn't know the time frame, and I know where I'm gonna be at the end of this. And ain't no end, but when it comes down to it, I know I'm gonna go hit IMD. Doesn't matter how fast, doesn't matter how slow, but I just know I'm gonna keep digging the ditch, and I'm gonna build this thing brick by brick. There's a lot of people that I personally believe that aren't willing to go and do what I'm willing to go and do to get this thing done, man. Because we got a whole lot of people out here who need us, who need some hope. You say it all the time, fam. There's everybody out here, they need certainty in these uncertain times. We don't know what's about to happen. We don't know, but we know where we are right now. Only thing that we can control is what we can control. All we got to do, man, is continue to just hit everybody up and show them where we're going with this. We're not here to sell. We're not here to convince. We know what we're doing with this. We talking about travel. We talking about money. We talking about $25. What are we really talking about? You cannot make a dollar. You cannot make a dollar in this company. But if you get around us, if you get around this culture, okay, your lifestyle is going to change. You're going to be a better person. You're going to be a better leader. You're going to be a better husband. You're going to be a better wife, father, mother, like whatever it is. You're going to get around us. You're going to get around a type of energy that is not nowhere else to be found. And, I wholeheartedly believe that, we have something for everybody here, no matter what that is. I mean, if you just want to go travel, go have some fun. But if you do also want to just go dig deep and just figure out exactly who you really want to become and what you want to grow into, we have something for everybody here. And, during this pandemic, we just made a decision, and that's just what it really came down to. And we decided to get this thing done and continue to just keep going and just inspire everybody else, just by work ethic, and show everybody that, hey, look, it's not going to happen overnight. I don't have an overnight story, and, and I love that though, because it's going to help everybody else understand. It's like, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what your journey is, what your story is. You can still go and do it. And it feels damn good when it gets done as well. When I got started with WVMD, that was IMD to me, just because of the simple fact of like, I mean, when it came down to, my level of exposure of success, I knew that if I went to go hit MD, okay, cool. I know where I'm supposed to be at. And it took me so long to get there because I wasn't looking at IMD. You know, I was looking at MD, and MD was IMD, and it was super, super huge. And it's crazy because of the growth. And it's like, now it's like, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna put myself out there like that, but you know, I got IMD in my view, you know, by come October, you know what I mean? And it's crazy just because it's like, one thing I would say to everybody on this call is start thinking bigger a lot faster. You have to. You have to go talk about a double IMD and really believe, though. You know, don't just say you believe. Well, you can say it, speak it into existence, but really go dig deep down inside of you and just understand that everybody on this call, you're enough. You can go and do this, and it's possible. And let's go make it happen. You know, if we don't, who will? If we don't, who will? You know, somebody else is gonna win. Somebody else is gonna make a whole lot of money with this. Somebody else is gonna go change a whole lot of lives with this. You know, I just want it to be myself. I want to be a factor in, you know, whatever happens in this company. You know, I want to just really just, you know, plant my flag here, and I'm here to the end, and we're gonna make this thing happen for real. So, anything else you want to ask, Pam?
Sheesh, you're enough. It is possible. If we don't, who will? And, you know, I know that you're like, yo, this girl is annoying me. She is persistent as heck, isn't she? And like, because I wanted you on this call so bad, and it's been months, and I was just been like, yo, I got to get him on the call. And I'm the type of person that is like, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And I'm super persistent, but it was just something that, like, I just felt like it's so powerful for people to hear your story. And I didn't want to give it away that you're a new father, but congratulations, all right? Congratulations, because, you know, we got parents on this call, right? We got people that have children, that have businesses, people that have jobs, people that have, you know, a million and one different things. And I also love the story of the perseverance. I love the story of the persistence. I love the story of, yes, I had a very fast start. However, it just took for me to make a decision. And I love the perspective, right? Like, you were like, you said something that was like, you know, when I had got started, MD was IMD. And now it's like, IMD is IMD. However, back then it was just a different level that I was in. Whereas now it's just a different energy, a different wavelength that I'm in. And I love how you said, you know, all it took was for us to make a decision. And decide, it means to cut off from all other options, to kill off all other options, right? And again, when we say, like, you know, make a decision, it's not telling you like, forget everything else and it's this or do. No, but it's making a decision to get it done, right? Making a decision to say, hey, I'm going to commit to what I said I'm going to commit to until. Like that, it's just powerful, man. I love your story. I love your hunger. I love your dedication, your commitment. I love your love for family. You know, I admire that, especially because we come from a world where it's not something common, right? It's more common for people not to be, not necessarily, I'm not saying it, doing my best to look for the right words because I'm not trying to sound like I'm being judgmental, but it's not common, right? It's not common for people to be, you know, great parents or be great significant others to their spouses and put their family first. And then I just love how you honor your spouse. I love how you honor your family. I love how you honor what you're on this earth, you know, doing. And I love how you're honoring your commitment to not only this business, not only, you know, your team, not only this company, but your commitment to legacy, your commitment to taking your family to the next level, because it just shows like you have a look in your eye that it's like anybody that talks to you is gonna feel that. It's going to feel that. They know like he's gonna go do this with or without me type of deal, right? And something else that you said, it was just like, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, like when you started, it matters when you make the decision. And that just stuck with me because there's a lot of people on this call, you know, that, including myself, right? I've been in for 6.5 years, and it's like sometimes you just keep digging the ditch and digging the ditch and digging the ditch. And that's one of my favorite Eric G audios, right? Build with, build through, build forward, right? You don't got a team until you got a 30 personals and go levels deep. But I love how you said that it's like, all it takes is just one decision, right? All it takes is one decision. All it takes is for you to really be committed to doing what you said you were going to do. And I love it because you're like, you're enough. You're enough, right? Everybody on this call is enough. Everybody on this call has what it takes. And they're, like he said, he's building it brick by brick. This is not something that it was just like, oh, I woke up like this. No, he's been in the trenches, digging, digging, and digging. So my one question to you is, what are you reading? Like, what caused you? Obviously, like I know how you said that, in the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of people were uncertain, and you yourself were just like, I don't know what to do. But then you just made a decision to do something different. You made a decision to, now is the time to capitalize on the time that that we're in. But what caused that? What caused that, and what contributes to it on a daily? So take us through your day, right? Take us through when you wake up in the morning. Just take us to like what your routine is. What are some of your daily disciplines? What does a typical day in the life of Rico Gunn look like?
Yeah, for sure. Um, right around the pandemic when that hit, I got introduced to the book, the Magic of Thinking Big, finally, and I started open that up. I was reading that, and as of right now, my daily routine, I'm trying to get back in the gym, trying to get back in shape. That is definitely a task, to say the least. But for me, we got a little baby girl now. I wake up, make sure that she's good. I also have a son. He's a 2-year-old. 2-year-old. He's asleep behind me on the couch over there. Finally put him to sleep right before this call. So thank God. He probably gonna be waking up here in a second here. But I wake up. I go hit the gym. I listen to some personal development of some sort. Sometimes I listen to music. Music is definitely something that helps me. Stay fired up, especially for the day sometimes as well. As of right now, what I'm reading, I just downloaded this Shoe Dog. I heard nothing but great things. It's the founder of Nike. I got that. I'm also finishing up a couple other books as well. It's kind of hard for me to just go read straight through one book at a time. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely in a couple different books right now as well. And then, maybe around it depends on when my team is up. Sometimes I got a team all over. I got a team on the East Coast. I got a team on the West Coast as well. When I'm up at 9 or when I'm up at 10, 11, trying to get my day started, they're up at 9 a.m. and already got calls sometimes. I get up, I go to work. One thing about this pandemic that really, played into my favor is that it caused me to sit exactly right here all day. I wasn't going nowhere, especially me having a kid or me having a newborn, with the pandemic and everything. We was basically quarantined. So I've been sitting right here all day, every day, just here with the family, but also just, call after call, no shortcuts at all whatsoever, and it's crazy because not a lot of people know this, man, but when I got started with this, my homegirl, she put me in front of David and Crystal Helgeson. And when I met them, I knew where they were going with this. And I made a decision like, look, y'all ain't going without me. And I decided to latch on to them. They literally live right down the hall from me out here in Bloomington. And, so it's like we're able to be connected, a lot of times just, whenever, honestly. But, this is all I do. This is all I want to do. That there's a lot of things that we need to get done here. This company needs us. For all the builders, I'm talking to all the builders on this call. Okay, World Ventures, WV needs us to produce. Okay, they're gonna take care of what they gotta take care of, but we gotta go and take care of what we need to go and take care of. I've been there. I've been in for a while, and I haven't had the success in the beginning like I wanted to. Don't play yourself. What everybody on this call needs to do, get in front of the mirror and have that one-on-one conversation with yourself, man. They really dig deep into why you're really going to doing this. Don't look at everybody else as the big dogs. Don't look at everybody else as, some big picture. Okay. Cause we everybody is all the IMDs, all the 6-figure earners, everybody who's somebody in this company, they're real people. And they got started 0-0, just like us. And they made a decision to go and get something done because they had the hunger, they had the passion, they had something inside of them where they needed to make something happen and they wanted to be successful. Okay, everybody here, you have that inside of you as well. You can go and do whatever you want to in this company, but it's going to start with belief. Byron Schrag, I listen to this audio constantly. Okay, it's called belief. Belief. When you believe you can, you do. When you believe you don't, you can't, you don't, and it's just like when you really start to just really believe inside of you, that's when everything starts to change, and it's crazy though. It's crazy because, I listen to that a lot just because I feel like that is if you believe you can, you do. Doesn't matter what it is. If you have that real deep down belief, but you got to understand, man, it starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with that one phone call. It starts with that one everything. It starts with one. and let's just make it happen, y'all, for real. So that answer your question, Pam? A little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. So, I have a question because that was powerful, and I love how you said like if you believe you can do it, and it's all about the decision and believe it, work hard to get it. There's no shortcuts. And what would you say to So I know like during this pandemic, your numbers also increased for people going to training.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just, putting people in, but it was building through and also, leading people to training. And what would you say that, what would you say was like, not why training is necessary, but how would it have been if your people didn't go to training or if they didn't see the bigger picture of our events? And how important is it for that person that aspires to have the success you have or aspires to have, go IMZ with us? Mm-hmm. What are you telling that person that's even like, well, I'm registered for training, but I quite don't have pretty much anybody else registered for training? Like, what would you be telling those people like right now?
Yeah. So what I would be telling y'all, it starts with you and their level of belief when it comes down to why training is important. They're looking at you and they can tell that, you're not really, you don't really care as much as you're trying to say. Okay. They're going to believe you by not only what you say, but how you say it. Okay. Your excitement, your passion behind it. Okay. For me, when I get in front of my team and anybody who I talk to about training, they feel me and I wouldn't be here today without it. Okay, I wasn't this person. When I got started with World Ventures, I told them, I was like, look, I'll do this, but I'm not doing no presentations. I'm not going to be talking in front of people. I'm not going to be doing none of that, And then what this company has done is it brought a whole lot of stuff out of me that I knew could have been there, but I had no clue that it really was for real. And when it comes down to training, I mean, you have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. When it comes down to, whether you need training or not need training, I mean, just look at everybody who's been successful in this company, in this industry. They had to have some type of training, and I mean, just get on it. I mean, you have to. If you don't go to training, you don't get trained on how to really want to do this, you'll never know what this really is. It's always a bigger picture. It's always the next picture. It's always, especially during this pandemic here, a lot of my team have never met me before because we've done everything through Zoom. I got a huge team on the East Coast. I'm actually headed out tomorrow to Jersey because I have a guy on my team who hit director in 48 days out there in Philly, Jersey area. We cranking team out there, but it's just like for them, when I talk to them, it's perspective. Okay. I could have been like, man, we're not going to be able to watch this together. Or we're not going to be able to, be together during the training. Can I really go and get them to invest? It's like, dude, okay, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? Are you serious about the decision you told me about, or why you wanted to do this and why you wanted to make this work or no? If you don't show up, you're canceling all of that. Okay. You was just playing. You was lying to not only yourself, but you was lying to me. You know what I mean? And don't do that. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, it's just like, look, if you don't go to training, you have no shot at winning here. You might as well quit. And that's just, it's just a level of belief that I have in myself because I know, or if I tell them, I don't tell them to quit sometimes, I tell them just cancel the rep spot. Okay, cancel your rep, just be a member, just go travel. If you're not willing to put in what it takes to actually become a rep and do what it takes to win, just cancel your rep spot, man. Just go travel. Okay, it's $25 a month. Okay, that's help you get your 4, have a free membership, go chill, go get it in, but when it comes down to training, it's mandatory. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to go. And if you don't go, that just lets me know how serious you are about taking us to the top. So, I would tell all of y'all, look, training, necessity. Okay. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have this posture. I wouldn't have the belief that I have today if I didn't go to training. If I missed one training, that one training could have been everything that I needed to get to this point. So I've never missed a training before, and I never will. And I'll show up to every training that there is. So,
Yeesh. Man, I tell you one thing. I'm excited for the next trainer school because I know the world needs to feel Mr. Rico Gunn, and we need to feel this on a global scale. And I know, man, thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands, eventually millions of lives will be forever blessed because of who you are, the decisions that you've made, the commitment that you've made, the dedication to greatness on every level of your life. And I just continue to, continue to pray over you and your family and wish you nothing but the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the beaches and the stages of the world, impacting people's lives forever, because you have something within you that the world needs to see and the world needs to feel, especially during these times. So thank you for being who you are and whose you are. And we're gonna finish this off by just you saying whatever is on your heart, whatever is on your minds. If you're talking to your team or if you're talking to you, we want to know what that looks like. I want you to take the gloves off, right? We keep it raw and fun on this calls all the time. So I want you to just go off, man. Like, just say whatever is on your heart. You have full permission. Again, thank you so much for blessing us. It has been an absolute pleasure, honor, and privilege. And I just look forward to you just giving us marching orders. Thank you so much, Rico.
For sure. Well, first off, I want to say thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. Especially when it comes down to y'all squad as well. Y'all have been something to inspire me to really make decisions to really go and get some certain stuff done, and attack things a certain type of way. So I appreciate, your squad as well. I appreciate you, because you've always been there. You've always been, leading from the front, and I appreciate that as well. For everybody on this call, man, the one thing I would say, a few things probably is going to come out, just letting y'all know. Make a decision, like a real decision. Don't just make it sound cool. Don't just make it sound like, don't just say it because everybody else is saying. I mean, I really want everybody in here, everybody that's listening to my voice right now, is to really just dig deep, man, and really figure out what you want your life to look like, okay? Think about it. If not this, if you don't get this done, then what? Then what? What does life look like? If you're not here, if you don't really just get really serious, what is the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now? What does it look like? Okay. Like, really, you have to, for me personally, it's like, when all this stuff happened, I got fed up, super fed up of just being in the same spot, putting in a couple fall off, putting in a couple falling off. And I was just like, you know what, enough is enough. And, I just really got really serious. And I'm gonna tell y'all this now, there's not too many people out here who's gonna outwork me. And I wholeheartedly believe that right now. A lot of, of what it takes to really go and make some big stuff happen. I know Josh Valentine, he says Big Mo. In order for Big Mo to come into your life and for you to be prepared, you have to be prepared. You gotta be prepared for the flood. Okay. This right here, where y'all see me right now, there's sometimes I'm sitting right here for 10 hours straight, doing call after call after call, one by one by one by one. I can be like, you know what? Hey, look, let me just go do a big travel party so we can show everybody else. But it's like, for me personally, what I feel like is if I'm talking to you one on one, that the percentages go up so much higher here. I'm right here digging digging that ditch, because there's a lot of people on my team who want this to happen. Okay, they want to make this thing happen, but if you're not ready, that's when the Eric Grisbowski slipped through the crack. Okay, I had a guy on my team who he had senior rep in 6 days. I have another guy who I signed up. He had senior rep in 8 days. We had another guy hit senior rep in 14 days, 15 days, 19, 23, 24, in 32 days, all in the last 75 days. Okay. We also had another guy hit director in 48 days, 27 days, 39 days. We just had my boy Moose. Moose is loose. He just hit marketing director in 75 days. How? Why? Because we made a decision and we started leading from the front. David Helgeson is a monster. Okay. He is a monster. And the one thing I always respect from him is he's a workhorse. He's leading the way and he's showing everybody what it looks like to be in the field. Only thing that we doing is we just following him. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't know if they want me to say this or not, man, but IMD is loading. Just know that. And, at the end of the day, it's just about being around people who really want to make this happen for real. And they're not just saying it because it sounds cool. Change your friends or change your friends. Even that's in WV as well. If you're around a whole lot of people sitting around just talking about how you're going to go do something and you're not doing anything, change your friends. Because it's going to start with you. Go lead the way. If you don't make this thing happen, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen at all whatsoever. It takes one. It takes one person. And if that one person is you, I'm telling you, you're going to look up 90 days from now and life is going to look completely different. You're going to be walking across the stage, talking to thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people all around the world that's going to hear your voice eventually, you know, that's in this company, that's going to hear your story or hear your voice or hear something that's going to spark them to go and change their life and their family's life and generations upon generations upon generations. It starts with us though. Okay, there's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about Pam. There's nothing special about anybody else on this call except for we just make a decision and we just want it bad enough. And if you want it bad enough, you're gonna make it happen. And I'm fired up right now, man. I've never been this fired up in my life. I'm focused, and we making this thing happen at a very high level. And we're gonna continue to do it over and over and over and over. Anybody who I get in front of, they feel my passion and they know that I'm gonna go to work. And if they lock arms with me, we're gonna go to work and we're gonna make some big stuff happen. What do they say when they look at you? When they hear you speak to them, what's going on in their mind? Think about that, because if you don't have that passion and that posture and that excitement, I'm telling you, they're not gonna do this, because they're looking at you and they're looking at you like, oh, you're probably not gonna do this. Make that decision and let's go get this thing done, man. If you don't do this, life will never be different, and you're gonna have to hope that you get another opportunity. This is the best that it comes, man. This is travel. This is money. Everybody on this call, look, everybody who I get in front of, I tell them, look, I don't have to ask you if you want to travel. I know you want to travel. We just got to have the guarantee lowest price. Business-wise, come on, man, let's go make some money. If you don't do this, you have to work, and you have to work. You can go open up all these other businesses, but you still got to work. This right here, this is leverage, y'all. We get freedom here. If we make that decision for a season of your life to get this thing done, we come out the other side free. You ain't gotta answer the phone for nobody if you don't want to. You can be on the beach with your family, kicking it with some drinks in your hand. Man, you can have the life that you've always wanted. But the only thing that's standing between you and that life is the work. We have to put in the work. And I'm telling you right now, 2 or 3 years from now, we all gonna be talking about, maybe we're gonna be talking about this call or whatever it is, but we're gonna be on a beach somewhere. We're gonna be having some fun on a dream trip, kicking it, feet in the sand, drinks in our hands, and just out here just living. But we're gonna have family with us. We're gonna have the squad with us. We're gonna have people who we actually care about, because we're gonna have them with us, because we're gonna go and get this thing done. So they're gonna just feed off of our fire. They're gonna get burnt because they're around us, because we're on fire with this thing, you know. So get this thing done, man. You know, this is a family here. I'm pretty sure everybody in here, you have somebody who's gonna help you with this. If you make that decision, people will come to you and they will help you make this thing happen. But you gotta make the decision first. Don't waste nobody else's time. Don't waste nobody else's time. Okay, make that decision first, and let's go get this thing done. I appreciate y'all for having me. You know, let's go turn it up. We got a whole nother level. Everybody that's listening to my voice right now, man, we got a whole nother level, and it starts with us. And let's go make this thing happen. So, Pam, I appreciate you for having me. Let me know if you need anything at all. You're my sister for life. You know, I know we haven't really, you know, talked too much, but I got you. You need anything at all, I got you. All right.
Yes! I appreciate you, brother. I think everybody on this call appreciates you, but the best appreciation is going to go implement what you just told us. All it takes is a decision. Now is the time, man, brick by brick. Let's go get it done. Thank you so much for blessing us. Have an amazing day, everyone. Let's get it.